Hello, my Danielle Method peeps. So today we have a Halloween inspired playlist. This is one of my favorite times of the year. During my classes, I actually turn off the lights. We get some finger lights going. We put them on our toes and I call it Twinkle Toe Pilates. And it is so much fun. So I've got my little mermaid costume on, something that I can easily work out in. If you want to join in, find some mermaid leggings, grab them, put them on, go ahead. All right, otherwise, let's go ahead and get started with our Halloween-inspired playlist. All right, so give me a big shoulder roll back. Sit your hips back, bend your knees, 2 chair squats, down and up. Now hold it, shoot one leg out, other leg, do it again, down and up, 2 times. Now hold and shoot those legs out. So I want to imagine that you're going to sit in a really low chair and you got to stick out your bum. Nice. Shoot. And shoot. Keep it coming. Abs tight. Back should almost feel like it's more arched. Alright, last one here. Feet are nice and wide. We're going to reach across. Now give me 3 quick. 3, 2, 1, 2 slow. Bend your outside knee and stretch the legs. Inside leg straight. Nice, last one. Back to those chair squats. Down and up 2 times. Now down quick and hold it. Shoot out those legs. Posture nice and tall. Can you look straight ahead and avoid looking down on the ground? Nice, keep it coming. We're trying to get those muscles warm, particularly the core, for all of those moves ahead. Nice. We're the monster. Alright, feet wide reach. Other side. 3 quick. 3, 2, 1. Stand tall. Stretch the arms, stretch the back, stretch the legs. Try to go as far as you can. Deep knee bend. Alright, some circles. 8, 7, 6. Tuck your pelvis under. Shoulder roll back. And contract your core. Alright, switch other leg. So one of the things I love about Pop Pilates is it is so good for your balance, your stability, and by simply doing this once or twice a week, you'll see results nice and quick. Because we use the core every day. Alright, feet wide, reach across, drop your butt. 3, 2, now we're trying to keep your chest up as you reach for the floor. So it's more of a deep knee bend, side to side, rather than a hinge forward. Keep it coming. Reach. Stand tall in between. Nice. Alright, last one. Last 3, 2, 1. Alright, sink low into that plank, arms out, now lift your heels. Hold it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Good job. Alright, so next is our total body opener. We are going to get a little bit of stretch going. Get that oxygen, blood pumping to every area of the body. We will take it over to one end. We've got a side tuck. If being down in this position does not feel so fantastic for your knees, instead of going up and down, make it a chair squat, reach to the floor, and a chair squat. So you've got options, my friends. All right, first we're gonna start feet wide, toes out at a diagonal, and I want just a soft bend in the knees, so they're not all the way bent, not quite locked out, just that very soft bend. Arms straight out your sides, massive shoulder roll back, chin up, chest up. We're gonna slowly reach across the body. You ready? Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and up, 2, 3, other side. Now I want you to flatten your spine as you reach forward, and then straighten the legs on that stretch. Come back to the soft bend, and then straighten and reach. Can you go a little farther on that reach? Keeping that back super flat, chin and chest lifted. And center. Alright, now take it all the way over to one side of the mat. Drop your rear end, lift your heels off the ground, straighten the legs. Up, 2, 3, 4, and down, 2, 3. Now notice my heels never touch the ground, even on the way up. My heels are lifted. Up, 2, 3, and down. Nice, one more. Alright, now take it down and hold it. Leg closest to me. Jumps back into a runner's lunge. If you can, flatten both hands on the floor. Hands on either side of that foot. Now take that bent leg, reach it all the way behind you. Put it down on the ground. Plank position, other leg. Step it forward, back into that runner's lunge. If you can, palms down on either side of that foot. Now take that bent leg, reach it up behind you. Back into that plank position. Now step both legs forward, and let's go back into that tuck with an extend. You ready? Up, 2, 3, and down. Now again, if your knees don't like that tuck, make it a squat instead, your choice. Down, 2, and nice. One more. Alright, all the way down into that tuck. Walk both feet back. Downward dog, hips up to the ceiling. Drop your heels. Now drop the hips, lift the chest into an up dog. One more time. Downward dog, hips up. Drop your heels. Hips down, lift your chest. Gently place your knees on the ground. Bring it to all fours. Mermaid stretch. Overhead. And switch. One more time. Big reach. Nice. Now switch those legs. And let's do that mermaid stretch. Other side. Reach. And switch. One more. Big deep breath. Alright, let's do a quick straddle stretch. Legs nice and wide. Walk your hips forward. Walk it up. Take a big deep breath in. And exhale. Alright, next is abs. Alright, so now we're going to get into the good stuff. We've got our 100 tracks. So our traditional Pilates stance looks like this. We're going to lay it down on the floor. Legs are bent, hands by your hips, and then head and shoulder lifted up off of the ground. We're going to start at that ceiling and pump the arms to start. When we get to our chorus, we've got 4 scissors, and then bring it in like an egg, out like a banana, in like an egg, out like a banana. Now notice my head never relaxes down on the ground. That is your challenge. Try not to put your head down. If you need to, go ahead, or you can use one hand to help support the base of the neck. That's okay. Just try it as quick as you can. Let go and get right back into it. You ready? All right. Tabletop position. Legs bent, hands by the hips. I like to use a little louder than that. All right. Head lifted, pump the arms. Deep breath. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Alright, extend those legs. Out. Breathe. Forward. Head up, head up. Alright, when you're ready, grab the calf. Straighten the legs. 3, 2, 8 banana. In and out. Inhale. Exhale. Back to those scissors. 8 banana. Done. Relax for just a few seconds. We're going to straighten the legs halfway and then bring it back down. Nice and slow. Ready? Halfway and down. Halfway and down. So looking straight ahead. exercise. Alright, lay it down. We're going to do a full roll up to the ceiling. So all the way up, and then all the way back down. You ready? Let's go. Up. Reach our head down and down. Slow and controlled. Press your calves into the ground. Straight line at the top. And then roll the back as you rise and lower. Woo! Alright, so the back is in that tabletop position. Good for the hips. Breathe. I love this song. Alright. Extend. Nice and slowly. Alright, shall we go back to those scissors? Let's go. A banana. Nice, hang it. We got 20 seconds to the finish. Hang in. Tightening and straight to the floor. Wiggling away at that midsection. Alright, 5 seconds to the finish. 4, 3, 2, last one, and done. Good job. Alright, so we're going to work the legs, and we've got a bridge position pretty much the entire time. So, your challenge is to not let your rear end relax down on the ground. We're going to lift the hips nice and high, hands stay down. It goes knee, extend, drop the leg 2 times, back in, and then we'll switch. So notice how my hips stay in one spot and do not move, even as I'm lifting and lowering my legs. We've got one break, which is when you can relax the hips. Otherwise, the entire time, hips stay up. You want your knees in line with your hips. So you don't want to let those knees come out wide. You want to keep them pretty close together, not necessarily touching, but pretty close the whole time. Let's do this. Oh, it's going to burn. All right, lay it down, hands down on the ground. Lift the hips. Walk your heels under the knees. Single hip lifts. Up, down. So drive your feet, your heels into the floor. Alright, take up and hold it. Right leg, knee, extend. Now 2 drops, nice and quick. Back in, and switch. Knee, extend. Drop, drop, in, switch. Oh, we're getting those quads, hamstrings, and glutes. Alright. Hips up, clasp your hands underneath your body. Extend 1 more inch, get that deep stretch. And then relax the hands on the ground. Knee and extend only. Keep it high. Knee, up, and down. Knee, up. Oh, no drop. See, up, and down. Oh, even if you drop, there's a nice up too. Alright, last 2. Last one. Alright, so do you want it only break you get? Take it back up. Knee, kick, drop, and switch. Start burning out? Yeah, me too. As high as you can, keep that rear end off the ground, and for as long as you can. Keep that constant contraction and flexion. Alright, clasp the hands underneath. Lift those hips 1 more inch. Make sure those knees are close, not bowed out. Hands on the ground, knee kick only. Knee kick. You starting to sweat yet? Who's sweating? Oh, it's a big muscle work. The entire body. It's connected to the core, so that's why you want to put it just as much as the abs. Alright, relax. Woo! Alright, we did have another break. All right, we're gonna take it back into that bridge position. We've got about 45 seconds to the finish. Let's finish stronger than before. Slow knee march. Knee and drop. All right, can you keep those hips up? For the next 45 seconds, I believe in you. Do you believe in you? Oh, I know those legs are getting tired. I know they're a little shaky. But it's when we push past that we'll get those results we're looking for. Knee extend. 2 drops. Back in. And switch. Up. Drop. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Alright, last one. Your best one. Stretch. Whoo-wee. Good job. All right, ab challenge is next. So we have our genie crunches. If that genie crunch, wrapping one leg all the way around the other leg, your legs don't want to do that, make it a figure 4 and simply place your ankle over your knee. That works just fine. So however you want to do it. First though, we're going to start with a diamond underneath your tailbone. Lay it back on the ground. Dig your lower back in. All right, heel walk. Right, left. Now 2 hops out and in. Left, right. Walk, walk, in, hop, hop. Do you feel those lower abs engaging? Press your lower back into the floor and make those lower abs do all the work. All right, last one here. Cross the right around the left. Now up slowly. Lift, lower, lower. Fingertips tapping the opposite shoulder. Now if your legs don't want to do that, that's okay. Make it that figure 4. All we're trying to do is lift the tailbone and the shoulders off the ground at the same time. So imagine you are folding your body in half, and the only thing that's left on the ground at the top of the move is the middle of your back. Exhale on the top. Alright, one more. Up, down, down. Now go ahead and straighten those legs. Roll it up to the ceiling super slow. Alright, we're going to climb a rope. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. 2, 3, 4. Again, slow. Alright, shall we speed it up? 2 up, 2 down. Up, down, down. Oh, that made it harder. Oh, I know it did. We're doing it on purpose to strengthen that core. All right, right over left. 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe, breathe. 3, 2. All right, now we're going to switch those legs and do left over right. If you want to do that figure 4, no worries. Alright, are you ready? Up, down, down. Lift your tailbone. Lift your hips off of the ground as you lift your shoulders. Exhaling at the top. We're gonna get those lower abs. And it's right at the top of the move that we're engaging. 2 more. Lift, lower, lower. I like 1 more. Alright, now straighten those legs. Climb the rope for 4. 1 more slow. And then shall we speed it up? Yeah, why not? 2 and 2. Up, down, down. How's that breathing? Alright, last one. Take it down. Left leg around right. 8 singles. 8, 7, 6 seconds to the finish. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! So hopefully, if you did that right, you felt it in the upper and lower abs. Let's get that heart rate up. We're gonna start standing over in one side of the mat. And then when we take it down into a plank position, you want your body like a tabletop. So wrists directly underneath your shoulders and knees just about 2 inches up off of the floor. We're gonna do a downward dog, bring it into a tabletop, and then tap side, tap side. When that music picks up, we'll do a downward dog, back in, and then 4 chassés, right and left. If you need to drop your knees all the way to the ground, literally try to only do it for like 1 Mississippi and then try to take it back up. What gets the heart rate up in this one is that plank work. So if you can, try to keep those knees the entire time. It's less than 30 seconds before we stand up each time. All right, you ready? So we're gonna start standing off to one side of our mat. Give me a nice big shoulder roll back, sit your hips back, bend your knees, chest up. So you don't want your knees too far forward, you want to stick your rear end behind you. All right, you ready? Rocking squat, lift to your tiptoes, and back down slow. Up, and down. Nice. Imagine there's a cup of water right on top of your head, and you don't want that cup of water to spill. All right, double tap, leg back, double, and switch. Double, and switch. So notice I'm staying low. Try not to stand up. Contract your abdominals to help keep your balance. All right, rocking squats. Nice and quick this time. Tiptoe and down. 3. Chin up, just up, abs in. 2 more. 1 more. Now hands come to the ground. Take it back into that tabletop position. Downward dog, up and down. Now shoot one leg out, other leg out. Do it again. Downward dog, bend. You ready to speed this up? All right, downward dog. Now chassé, side to side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, back. Don't let those knees touch the floor. 4, 3, 2. Stand it up. Other side, double tap. Tap, tap, and switch. Alright, stick on that bum. Stay low. And flatten your back. Cup of water on your way. Alright, slow rocking squat. And breathing hard yet? 2 more. 1 more. Down into that tabletop position with your body. Downward dog. Tap wide and wide. Do it again. Drop your heels. Enjoy that stretch. Alright, spin it up. And let's add that chassé. 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it again. Back and back. Alright, take a break. Woo! My heart rate's going up. If those knees don't touch the ground, not only are you going to strengthen your core, but you're going to get that heart rate up. But you're trying to burn fat and calories as we strengthen until the midsection. This will do it. Alright, when you're ready, back into that tabletop with the knees. Downward dog. And back. Tap. And tap. Do it again, slow. Alright, we got 2 more slow. Take advantage, catch your breath. Alright, last one slow. Back. And then tap. And tap. Alright, 20 seconds to the finish. Chassé. 3, 2, 1. Do it again. Last set. Alright, relax. Catch your breath. Whew. Did that get you out of breath? Man, I hope it did. It got me out of breath. Alright, so next we are going to work the thighs. So we're going to stay sitting nice and tall. We're going to get in that mermaid position. hence the mermaid leggings. So, spine nice and straight, fingertips down on the ground. We're gonna lift this leg up off the floor, up and down. Alright, so if you notice that that leg just does not want to get very high off the floor, or you feel a strain, keep your big toe on the ground and just make it a clamshell instead. Up quick, down slow. Now if you're used to this movement, or it's just simply not that hard, I want you to try not to let that foot or that leg touch the ground at the bottom. Up. Alright, we're going to sweep that leg around for 4, 3, 2. Now without touching the ground, bring it all the way behind you. Stretch your hip flexor and stretch that quad. 4, 3, 2. Add your own spin. You can add some flair in the hands if you like. You don't have to. Alright, last one. Now take it to the front. Bend that leg, bring the other leg off to the side. Fingertips down on the floor, straight spine. Single leg lifts. Up, down. Do you guys like this song? I love this song. Anybody watch Hocus Pocus as a kid? I love that movie. This makes me think of it. Up quick. Quick. 3, 2, 1. Can you not let that foot touch the ground? Up. 3, 2, 1. Alright, last one here. Let's try that nice, slow sweep. 4, 3, 2, 1. As smooth as you can to control that movement. And then take advantage of that stretch on the way back. Stretch that hip flexor, stretch your quad. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, last one. We're going to take it all the way over to this side. Elbow underneath your shoulder. Alright, torso nice and tall, knee and kick. Knee, kick. Now flex and drag your foot. Knee, kick, flex and drag. 2 more. Chin up, chest up. I really want you to get that deep stretch at the top. Alright, single leg lifts. For 4, 3, 2, and then as quick as you can, switch sides. Elbow under the shoulder, quick lifts for 4, 3, 2, a little higher if you can. Knee and kick. Knee, kick, drag. 3 more. Can you flex your foot all the way down to get maximum out of this exercise? 2 more. Knee, kick. 1 more. Nice. Mermaid stretch. And switch. Other side. You like that song? Alright, next is our upper body. So, sitting, kneeling, standing, whatever is most comfortable for you. Your challenge for this one is do not let your hands drop lower than shoulder height. You always want those hands up, tall, straight spine. So if you were to look at yourself sideways in a mirror, you would never be hunching or rounded. So you want that almost exaggerated, tall posture. Arms wide, shoulders back, single arm lift, up and down. Alright, so try to relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Think about your posture and your abs contracting. Alright, I call these my go-go dancer arms. Now if you want to give me a little pop in the chest at the top, go ahead. I call it stop, yeah. Alright, other arm, single lift, up and down. Alright, take a peek at the other one. Don't let it drop. Keep it shoulder height. Abs in, chin, chest up. Go-go arms. Nice. Now, when I say pop the chest, that just just simply means lean forward just a little bit more at the top. Alright, sweep it forward. Nice. Other arm, shoulder height. I hope so. Oh, that arm should start to feel like 100 pounds. Alright, ready? Switch, other arm forward. Again, you can add your own flair, add a little wrist action, make it straight. Your choice. Shall I go back to those go-go dancer arms? Other arm. Okay, so in my classes, when I start to feel my arms, I like to switch my position. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, put arm forward and overhead. Still think about that straight posture. Still think about that flat back. And belly button in. Alright, go dancer arms. Other arm. Oh, you guys remember this song? He's on a mesh. Kind of makes you want to head bob. Alright, other arm. Sweep forward. And overhead. Sweep forward. Ooh, start to feel it. I know. But guess what? It's worth it. Strong upper body connected to a strong core. Go. We are strengthening, toning, and sculpting head to toe. You can thank me later. Or leave in the comments. Both arms forward and overhead. 7. Breathe with me, breathe with. 6. 5. Hang in. 4. Big arm stretch. 2 more to the finish. 1 more for good luck. Beautiful, relax. Good job. Obliques are next. So we're gonna start in a side laying position. Bottom arm straight out in front of you. Both legs are bent and stacked. 2 fingers by your ears, and then you're gonna drop both shoulders flat on the floor. You're gonna make like a half moon arch. So you're just scooping from the ground all the way up to the hip. And then we'll do 8 of those. I'll give you the option extending the top leg. And then as you crunch up, try to tap the elbow to the knee. If you want to stay here, feel free. All right, you ready? My girl Taylor gets a little dark in this one. I like to say, you know, how dark can she be? She's Taylor. She's peppy. She's excited. Like, she's nice. She just seems so sweet and kind. So, I don't know. A dark, deep Taylor? I don't know. We'll see. All right. Arm flat on the floor. 2 fingers by your ears. Go ahead and flatten both shoulders down on the ground. Knees bent and off to the side. All right, oblique work. Let's go. 8, 7, 6. Are you exhaling at the top of the move? 4, 3, 2. Now, if you want to, add that extended leg. 8, 7, 6. Flatten those shoulders every time. Down on the ground.
You said the gun was mine.
All right, last one.
No, I don't like
Take it to a side plank position. Starting on the hip, then bring it up to the knee, and then bring it up to a full side plank. Chin up, chest up, hips up off of the ground for as long as you can. All right, top leg pulse for 12, 11, 10, 9. Is it shaking? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and then as quick as you can, let's switch sides. Bottom arm flat, 2 fingers, and crunch. So same thing we just did, but just switch sides. If you'd rather just twist in the opposite direction, that works too. Alright, you want to add that straight leg lift? 8, 7, 6. Can you tap the elbows from the ground all the way up to that knee? Nice. 2 and 1. Alright, side plank, other other side. Start on the hip, lift up to the knee, and then when you can, bring up into that full side plank. Chin up, chest up. Everything in the core is contracting. Add that pulse. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Stay strong, stay strong. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, hold it. Now relax. Oh, one more mermaid stretch because I've got the mermaid leggings on, that's why. Last time mermaid stretch. Alright. V-sit. So feet flat on the floor, shoulder roll back. I want you to imagine there is a string tied around your midsection and somebody's pulling string to the ceiling. Slowly tip it back, keeping that super straight spine, so try not to hunch. Chin up, chest up. Now give me a little twist, side to side. So we're trying to hit those obliques, so the bigger the twist, the better. Showing me get harder. Lift the legs. Making a double arm twist. Try to get both hands down by your hip. Chin up, chest up. Back flat. Shall we make it harder? Straight legs. Twist. Twist. Hang in. Hang in. Last 4, 3. Yes, you can. 2, 1.
Look what you just made me do.
Relax. I love that little challenge right at the end, don't you? All right, so next is our back track. So we're gonna lay, oh, you guys got stuff on my mat. We're gonna lay face down on the ground. Now, if you're pregnant or you just simply, it's not good for you to lay straight down on the ground, stay here as long as you like. All right, ready? Hands under the shoulders, reach and reach. All right, so we're gonna warm up that back side. We've worked the front side. We've worked the legs, the upper body. We've worked the obliques. Now you gotta hit that back. All right, give me 2 more of these. Reach and reach. Now go ahead and lay flat on the floor. Hands under your hip, hands under your chin. Lift, extend, in, drop. Lift, extend, in, drop. So I want you to imagine somebody is grabbing your feet, lifting straight to the ceiling, and then you're not putting those knees on the ground as you extend, but contracting the lower back and your glutes. Up, out, in, drop. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders, and breathe. All right, pencil position. One arm goes up and comes back down. Other arm. Now notice my feet are off the floor. If it becomes a little too intense, you can drop the feet and just keep your head and shoulders off the mat. Your challenge, lift your quads off the floor. Woo-hoo. Alright, now bring your hands by your armpits. Legs come in. 1 cobra, 1 grasshopper. 1 cobra, 1 grasshopper. Elbows right by your rib cage. And then you're lifting your knees off the ground. So those hips stay down. And it's your quads and your knees that lift. But it's your back side, your rear end that does the work. Alright, child's pose. Sit back on the ankles, round at the back. That should feel fantastic, by the way. Alright, take it back. Lay it down on the ground. Hands by your hips. Alright, back to that pencil position. Feet together. When you're ready, lift the upper body, lift the legs. 1 arm goes out. And in. Another one of those songs, do you remember when you were a teenager listening to this? I do. Can you lift the quads off of the floor? Breathe with it, do not hold your breath. Nice, big Engaging the upper, middle, lower back, glutes, hamstrings, the entire back side of the core. Alright, hands under the chin, feet together, relax the upper body, up, out, in, drop. Squeeze those cheeks, not the ones on your face. Alright, couple more. Up, out, in, drop. Up, out, in. 2 more. 1 more. Now relax. Sit back on the ankles, round the back. Bravo. Well done, my friends. So let's stand it up and do a little bit more cardio. So we're gonna do some really quick pulses, squats, lunges, stuff like that. If the lunges don't work for you, stick with the squat pulses. If the squats aren't working for you, stick with those lunge pulses. All we're trying to do is get that heart rate up so we can burn fat and calories, tighten and tone the midsection, and have a little fun while doing it. All right, ready? So we're gonna start with a step back into a triple lunge. Real quick though. Massive step back. So if you don't step far enough back, you'll tend to want to hinge forward. Super bad for your lower back and super bad for that front knee. So you want a huge step back, 50-50 weight on each foot, and then you're gonna tuck that tailbone under, drop that back knee, and do a triple pulse. So shoulders down and back, chest up when we do those lunges. All right, ready? As soon as I hit play, we go. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, squat. 3, 2, other leg, step back and lunge. 3, 2, 1, and squat. All right, so your hands can be on your hips. They can be straight ahead. Whatever helps you keep your balance and keep that proper form in the lunges and the squats. All right, arms wide, so bend. 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Switch. 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. All right, we're gonna go back to that triple pulse lunge, triple pulse squat, go as low as you can. All right, step it back. 3, 2, 1, squat. Nice and low, stay low. When we get the heart rate up is when we start to feel a little more successful. We start to get a little bit of sweat on our brow, and that's what we want. Oh yes, we do. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2. All right, balance. Shoot one leg out. Bring it up. Try not to touch it to the ground. 2 more this side. Chin up, chest up. Stick out your bum. Switch other leg. Out, 2, 3, 4, and up. It's like a one-legged squat. Go low, go low. 1 more. Alright, 3-8 pulse. Pulse, stay low. There's barbed wire running right over your head. Don't let your head touch it. Tuck your tailbone under. Knees wide, shoulders down and back. Let's lift the heels. Lift the heels. Hold it low. Hold it, hold it. Tuck that pelvis under. Breathe. Legs shaking yet? Woo-wee! Alright, stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, take advantage. We've done a really long set. Triple lunge pulse. Triple squat pulse. You ready? Step Good job. My heart rate's up. All right, so now we're gonna do a little bit more standing work. This one is definitely ballet inspired. So we're gonna start with our heels together. First, we're gonna do the lower body, then we're gonna add in the upper body. You're gonna have a blast. You ready? All right, so tailbone under, hands on the hips, take the leg front and side, front and side. 2 more. You're ready to switch. Other leg, front and side. Tall posture, abs engaged. All right, triple pulse. Take it back. 3, 2, 1, and switch. 3, 2, 1. I'm hitting the wall behind me. Turn side. You don't have to turn side. You can stay straight. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2. All right, we're gonna put those leg movements together. Start off front, side, down behind. 3, 2, switch. Front, side. 3, 2, switch. How's that balance? Nice. All right, long steps. Keep it coming. So that dancer's posture means that chest stays up, pelvis under, abs are tight. I know it's a lot to remember, but just being strong and toned. Alright, single plie down and up. So hands in front of you, heels are together, but they lift off the ground as you do that plie. So it's almost like a tippy toe right at the bottom of the mat. Alright, we're going to triple pulse this. Add some arms. 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2. I want you to imagine your back is against the wall and you're sliding straight down. Knees are wide. 3, 2. Alright, take that leg front. We're adding the arms. It goes front, side, 3, 2, switch. Front, side, 3, 2, switch. Can you float that leg and never tap it to the ground as you're switching from front, side, 3, 2, 1. Front, side, 3, 2, switch. Alright, last one. Then we're going to take it down to the ground. I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit.
We could give it a minute. What's the fun in a minute?
Alright, start off.
Can you
Hug
feel
the legs, relapse.
Relax. Now you're getting so close.
Exhale as you hug.
Oh, cause I'm excited. No more
Crunch
taking it
that
slow.
upper body.
No more taking it slow. It's
Alright, now
almost
take it up and hold it. Shoot the legs out. Go straight. 2, 1, and down. 3, 2. Can you hold those legs at that 45-degree mark? Lift your head and shoulders as you breathe nice and deep. Alright, now just hold it, reach for those knees. Chin up, chest up, belly tight. Hang in. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Alright. Stay down. Woo. Alright, flip it around. Laying flat on your tummy. Now grab the top of your foot. Bring both knees together so they're touching, and then relax your head and shoulders down on the ground. I want that shoulder that's holding the leg to almost be touching the floor. So bring that heel in close to your rear end and relax. Now switch. Grab the top of your other leg. Same exact thing. Make sure those knees are touching. Relax your head and shoulders. Now if you're up for it, go ahead and grab both feet and then push those legs up and Nice, relax. Bring it to a puppy pose. So on all fours, drop your hands, drop your chest while sticking your rear end up in the air. Really good for the shoulders and the torso. Now scoop one arm underneath, drop that shoulder, and then reach your top arm back behind you, trying to touch your thigh. And release. Bring it back to that puppy pose, drop the chest. And then let's switch, scoop the other arm under. Top arm comes back behind you, trying to touch your thigh if you can, and relax. And take it back to all fours. Let's do a little cat and cow. So starting off, looking up to the ceiling, arch your back, stick out your bum. And then bring your chin to your chest, round it up. Do it again, arch the back, stick out the bum. And then chin to the chest, round it up. Alright, go ahead and sit it up, nice and tall. One ankle underneath the knee, other ankle on top of the knee. Now if this is too much for your legs, simply put that foot on the floor. Otherwise, fingertip down, shoulder roll back, tip forward. And if this is too easy, go ahead and drop your elbows down in front of you. I don't know why this one's always so intense for me. Take it back up. Clasp your hands behind your back. Chest up to the ceiling. Nice. And let's switch. Other leg. Goes underneath. Ankle on top. Same thing. Fingertips to the floor. Shoulder roll back. Tip forward. Oh, one side's always tighter than the other one on this one. Ah! Drop the elbows if you can. Funny story. I asked my husband to try this. One leg on top of the other. He was sitting up like this. I said, put your fingertips down and tip forward. And he sits here. I am tipping forward. I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Nice. Alright, clasp those hands behind the back. Chest up to the ceiling. Deep breaths. Wonderful job. Let me know what you thought about this Halloween-inspired playlist. Like I said at the beginning, I usually like to turn off the lights, put on finger lights on our toes, on our fingers, and then we do twinkle toes. If you want to try that at home, Amazon's got those finger lights. So thanks for hanging out with me. Have a fantastic rest of your day.